Welcome back, Milli Roaders. Today I'm going to be reviewing this 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude. Let me take you around on the outside so I can show you some of the features that this car has that I really like. So right off the bat, as you can tell, the rims. So those rims come blacked out from factory. The other key exterior features that I really like is the grille. So when I first jumped into this car and we drove it and we saw it, I really wasn't so fond of the grille, just because I didn't see the grille matching so much with the car. You know, the car's white, all the accents are black, and the grille was silver. But it did grow on me. It grew on me a lot, actually. It makes it stand out from the rest of the Jeeps. If you go on the street and you see other Jeeps driving around, the grille is probably the thing that sets it apart from every other Jeep right away. If you see that grille, that means that the other Jeep that you see on the road is an Altitude. Now, another thing that I like about this Altitude is that all the emblems are blacked out from factory. Me being a car guy, I would have definitely done this the moment I would have gotten it. If the emblems would have been in silver, I would have blacked them out right away. I mean, I even thought about blacking out the grille, but since it grew on me, I decided to leave it like that, since there's not many on the road, or there's not many that you see on the road with the grille in silver, and you kind of tell it apart that it's an Altitude and not another trim level. So I really like how this car looks on the outside. It looks very mean. It's very high up. Well, not very high up. I'm 5'8", and I feel like it's a perfect size to get in and out of the car. I don't have to jump up and hop in the seat. I just kind of tippy-toe in because I'm 5'8". I'm sure you guys that are 5'11", a little bit higher, you don't have to tippy-toe like me. But anyways, that's beside the point. I feel like it's a perfect height for myself and my wife. This is my wife's car, which I forgot to mention. So apart from that, I really like the car. There's another thing that I did see that does stand out from the other trim levels, and that is the tail lights. So the tail lights on this one have like a black finish around the red that kind of like makes it blend into the rest of the car with just seeing the black accents. Like, for example, the black accent here around the windows. You can see that it's all blacked out. The Grand Cherokee logo on the side, of course, and then the lights. So you can see that it has black around the bottom and around the top of the red, and I absolutely love that, just because it makes it a good blend, and it's pretty tasteful blend, if you ask me. I really like that a lot. So those are definitely things that I've seen in the aftermarket that people get. The tail lights, they have like a little tint that people in the aftermarket, they put over the tail lights, and it makes it look pretty much like that. But I'm glad I don't have to do that for this car. One thing I did not like right off the bat from on the outside of this car were the lights. I wish they were LED. These are not. These are yellow bulbs. That's pretty much it. So yellow bulbs on top, yellow bulbs for the fog lights, and I personally don't like it. I don't know why they went the cheap route with that, but you know, whatever. If that's the only complaint I have of this car, then I don't mind it. That's pretty much it on the outside, guys. I'm gonna jump into the inside now. I'm gonna show you the features that I do like in the inside, and I'll talk about the engine and the horsepower and all those numbers once I get in the inside. It's very hot out here, Miami weather, but let's get into the inside and I'll talk about that right now. All right, so now that we're in the inside of the 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude, I wanna talk about the horsepower numbers. So this car puts out 293 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque out of a V6. Now, you may think that's a lot of horsepower, or you may not think that's a lot of horsepower. I think it's a perfect balance. Not only is this car, compared to its competitors, have the highest horsepower, but the transmission in this car is amazing. It's an 8-speed automatic. The shifts you can't even tell. The downshifts you can't tell at all. And it just drives, all in all, great. Some of the key features in the inside of this car that I really, really like is the gauge cluster. So this gauge cluster, I like how you're able to display the miles per hour. You could also change it so you have the speedometer a little bit different instead of digital, but I like how this looks better. There are many other settings. You can see the tire pressure, you could see the average fuel economy, which right now I'm doing a 14.5 because we have a heavy foot, but for this car weighing as much as it does and having this much horsepower as it does, I think that's actually pretty good gas mileage. Then, you know, you have the other basic settings, how many miles, average miles per gallon again. This all customizable. You could change it, put whatever you want here. You can see what station you're listening to, your messages from your text messages, and then you could do a screen setup, which I'm not gonna go into. So I just really like how this entire, you know, driver's perspective looks and feels. The visibility is great out of the driver's side and out of the passenger side, but you literally can see everything in front of you. Right. And so let's talk about the next thing that really stands out in this car, which is this 8-inch display right here in the center. This technology is fantastic. Everything loads super fast. Let me show you. So if you click on any of these buttons out here, the screen is touchscreen. You click on anything down here, you're gonna see that it changes right away. And here are all the settings for this car. There's many, many, many settings for this car that you could go over later on. This car did come with navigation, and it's all in all, it's so many settings that it'll take me hours to go through all of them. But let's go back to the climate control here, which I thought it was pretty cool. You're able to kind of just drag your finger up and down and lower and raise the temperature. I thought that was pretty cool. It reminds me of Tesla, that you're able to do the same thing. Here on the left, you see that you have the radio. You can put AM, FM, satellite radio, which I think we have for a year since the car is pretty much brand new. Then over here in U apps, there's a lot of things to go over. There's notifications, a Wi-Fi hotspot, which this car comes with, the backup camera, which I'll show you now, which is really, really nice, and navigation, heated steering wheel, all that good stuff. When we got this car, the salesperson told us that this screen is HD, and you could really tell. I kind of like looked at the guy, you know, the salesperson. I'm like, oh, okay, this screen is HD, whatever. But you could really tell the screen is HD once you actually end up putting the backup camera. It looks so clear, and I really haven't been able to see any other car that has the screen look this clear. Mind you, this car is $38,000 MSRP, so it's not really expensive. It's actually pretty affordable, and it has all these features. I mean, storage space in this car is fantastic. There are so many different locations to store stuff. Here on the side, you could put whatever drink you want. You could put, you know, more crap in here, which is probably like mail that you don't pick up. Don't lie to me, I know you do that. They have the 2 cup holders here in the center, which could fit very big cups. I've put a 7-Eleven cup here and it has fit without an issue. Then you have right here 2 USB ports. Oh, that was a fail. Let's get back to what I was saying. So right here you have 2 USB ports. The first USB port that you put is for the Apple CarPlay, which this car does come with. And then the second USB port is just to like charge your phone or whatever. And then you also have an aux port. Now, if you look at the seats, you're gonna see that this car comes with leather wrapped seats on the outside, and then the center is kind of like a suede material. I actually love it. I didn't know I was gonna like it so much, but it does help you when you get in the car. It's not so hot. It's a little bit more cool compared to leather seats. Once you get into the car and the leather seat burns your butt, this does not do that. It's very comfortable, and when you take turns, you don't slide across the seat, or you kind of stay put, which I really like. Now, this car also has these nice trims around the entire car. I like it a lot. It really offsets the car. Again, this car is $38,000 MSRP, guys. $38,000, and it has all these features. I think it's a great bang for the buck. Now, if we go to the back here, to the back seat, don't mind my little dog carriage. He likes to sit back there and have a little dog. Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyways, you get into a back seat, and I feel like there is a lot of space. There is so much space, and this seat's all the way back. I'll put it forward, but this is how I normally sit. This me driving it. Remember, I'm 5'8", and this how much space I have from my knee to the seat. I have a ton of space, and from back here, as you could tell, it's just a great view looking forward. Something that many other cars don't have is this right there. You could actually bring your laptop in the car and charge it without an adapter. It comes with a 12-volt regular plug, which is fantastic. So for long road trips, you could come with it, your laptop or whatever other device you want to bring, and you'll be able to charge it without a problem, without having to have an adapter and so forth, which I think is fantastic. All right, guys, so now that I've reviewed the outside of the car and the interior, I really want to go into the cargo space area of this car, which is the trunk. So let's go around here, and I'm gonna use the power liftgate that it does come with from factory to open up the rear, and then I'm gonna talk about how much space this car has inside. So if you come over here, all you have to do is just press the button that's hidden in there, and the power liftgate does its work. So as you can tell, there's already a lot of space in here. I have the trunk cover, which I purchased from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description on my website, so that way you guys could go and purchase it as well. It was like 70 bucks. It didn't come with a car, but anyways, that's beside the point. So let me lift this thing up and let it slide back. All right, so as you can tell, there is a lot of space back here. In fact, there is 36 feet of space back here, and 63 with the rear seats down. So if you drop the rear seats, you're gonna be able to sleep back here pretty much. And there's one thing I do like doing when I review cars, which is putting the car to the test and seeing if golf clubs do fit in the car. So I have my golf bag right there, and I'm gonna try to make it fit in there. We'll find out. See you right now. All right, so here's the golf bag. It's pretty high up, pretty big. Try to fit it in there now. There you go, that's it. And I could also cover it up. All right, guys, so that was pretty easy, as you could tell. It literally took me all of 2 seconds to put the golf bag into the back of the car, and as you can see, there's plenty of space left over. Space right here. Let me just take out this cargo nets, and there's space back there. Absolutely love this car. I don't know, you guys be the judge. You tell me what you like, what you don't like. Might be a little biased because this is a car that I own, but I absolutely love it. Anyways, I'm gonna be doing a couple more reviews throughout this year, next year, whatever. You guys tell me what cars you want to see, and I'll try to get it on the channel. If you like this video and you like my previous videos, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I'll catch you all on the next one.